be home.
Any of the films, I mean, just start with the one that speaks most to you, based on your experience so far and what you would really like the people to take away from what we've watched.
I would like to talk about the top film. What was that title for the top film?
Okay. I would like to the case of abandonment, and that has really shaped the lady that person had become, and had definitely formed her identity for a long time, whereby it was just one person that was both the mother and the father to her. So the play would not be able to show us so many other things that probably had happened in her life, which of course explained why her reaction was like that the first time, she was hearing from her father. So the case of abandonment is a real life situation, especially in a country like ours, where we have absentees parents. It's not only fathers that are absentees now. Even mothers can be so absentees. They are so wrapped up trying to meet targets or make ends meet. And then the vacuum is very, very real in the lives of a child. And that eventually help them form the kind of attachment they are going to have as they grow up eventually. So we see that in, playing out, in the person they eventually become. So that was apt, and it's really happening, really. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. Please put your hands together for her. I would like to ask a question concerning the film that you mentioned. Now, it's mentioned no comment, right? No comment. Now, if you look at no comment, it's about silence. The cost of silence is the central theme.
They have rights to make calls. But just like I began, if you have 656, my custodial center to Enugu is just like a bedroom, because Enugu Custodial Center has about 3,000. Medium Kirikiri will have about 3,000. Port Harcourt, 4,000. So how many phones and officers are supposed to be with them and censor those calls and all that? There's so much to say, and I'm sorry, I want to take 2 more minutes because
please go ahead.
This is a festive season, and I'm not supposed to be away from my custodial center for too long. So very soon I'll leave. But there's so much that the doctor closest to me has talked about. How equipped are we to handle some of these things? Even with the advent of the correctional service, it takes time to change, to change the system and to bring that value that we should have from the change. I keep telling my staff, we have a system where a larger part of our personnel believe that some of these people, nothing good can come out of them. So you have that hard work of trying to convince them that there is a possibility. I give them this analogy. Most of them are just like an average mechanic who will wake up every day, use his tools, do the tying, do the losing, do the adjustments. But right deep within his heart, he's telling himself, this engine will never start. It doesn't make sense. So that's the kind of situation we're facing. So we have to do that, the reorientation. Now, I want to share with you two experiences. Just on Friday, I admitted 2 inmates into custody, biological brothers, same father, same mother. And when I looked at the warrant, I saw the name of the complainant. And I asked, who is this? That's how we profile them. Who is this person? And the elder one said, the younger one said he does not know the person. When we invited the elder brother, He said he had some explanation. I said, no, I need time. I don't have time, just save my time. Who is this person? He now told me it's their mother. From the beginning, I thought she was their stepmother. But I found out that she gave birth to them. 2 of them are in custody because their father sent her away before he died, a retired soldier. And before he died, he told them that she's responsible for all their misfortune. I saw them in church this morning. And I'm just wondering, what do you do? Maybe the likes of doctor here will come to help us. We have psychologists, but they are in short supply. What do you do with such a situation? I even asked, what's the way out? Will you just remain here? They said, excuse me. I have another 18-year-old who is accused of rape. And you'll be wondering what got into him. I asked him whether he knows the girl. He said yes. Do you relate? Yes. She comes to his room and stays there till 10 p.m. How about your parents? His father is a policeman, absentee father. How about your mother? The father is no longer with the mother. How about your stepmother? She's there and she doesn't care. So these are the situations. Having people at the end of the One Call, the last movie, One Call, the man, Voke's dad, said that the justice system failed him. And it's not something I can speak to exhaustively this evening, but let me just share some of my insights. And then if you want to talk about the justice system, it may be incomplete if you have only me, because I represent the receptacle, the last realm of the criminal justice system. We have the prosecuting agencies, the arresting agencies, the prosecuting agencies, and all that, the judiciary. And we take into custody those legally interned by courts of competent jurisdiction. So for me as a corrections officer, I don't determine who comes and I don't determine who goes. Mine is to receive. And good that we have moved from the era of prisons to corrections now, where the focus is to reform. It's no longer that retributive philosophy of let him pay for what he did. So as a corrections officer, we are battling with a lot. Let me also say that, like the young woman said from the beginning, she said that's where wicked people belong. It's not true that everybody that is in custody is wicked. And this disconnect is both ways. Sometimes those in custody don't want to have anything to do with those outside. And sometimes those outside don't want to have, just like what we saw. When discharging inmates, most times I would have to plead, please, if you go out, it is not time for vengeance. It is not time to go and pour out your anger. And sometimes they'll just say, Oga, it's just because you have spoken, but I was on my way to do this, that. So it's not really easy because of the system, the circumstances, and all that. And, there are so many reasons why people are cut off from their loved ones who are in custody. A young man will be walking and he'll be picked up by the police. Sometimes, even if he has a phone, it will be seized. Sometimes no phone. He doesn't have one single number that he can remember. Sometimes he's from, let's say, Gusau, and he's arrested here in Abuja. Before you reach out to the relatives, it's an issue. no number, no trace, unless sometimes you're lucky and you get someone who knows someone who knows someone, and we have a welfare department. But you know, how much can we do for this number of persons? You know, there's no fund for anybody to travel from here to Gusau and go and tell anybody. So sometimes these are the issues.
All right.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Hi, good evening.
Thank you for being a part of this exclusive viewing experience tonight by OtaUmaBen. I would like to know which of the movies today impacted you and why?
Honestly, it would be one call because the fact that sometimes you just have to keep quiet and listen is a lot. Is a lot, and that resonated with me so much because sometimes you just have to keep quiet and listen. If she had listened for just like 2 seconds, the story would have been different. So yeah, that's resonates with
Do
me.
you think that the movie really spoke to the challenges that we face in our society today?
Yes, it does. I mean, all the movies.
Good evening. Welcome to this exclusive viewing experience by OtaUmaBen. Like you just saw 3 films, if I may ask. No comments, one call, and then the last one, no targets. So I would like to know which of them impacted you the most and why.
Um, that's a hard question, but I think I'll go with what I voted, which is one call, right? It impacted me the most because we're in a social media age, and that girl was just going on and on and on social media. In fact, the to even put her father on live, do you get like in middle of strangers, right? I think and she was going on about having 3.2 million, or whatever the number was.
So how did it impact you?
I'm getting there. So it was just to me how we get so sucked up with the social media world and think that it's our reality, right? Meanwhile, she had just a short opportunity to have stopped and listened to her father, right? And I think it goes back to how we listen, right? And in the way that we listen, right? So to me, it was a stark reminder that in this world, in all that is going on, and where we have the opportunity to, with our own families, right, we should actually stop and listen. Yeah.
Awesome. So would you say that the stories today from this movie spoke to some of the challenges and our reality in the society today?
Yes, I would say that most definitely. Yes.
Wow. So I would like you to think, what do you think about the amazing producer and what he's doing with the short films?
Okay, I think it's great. I think it's great. Short films are it for me. I would say short films are it for me. I do like 30 minutes, like because it's easy for you to consume and then you can pass it on to any other person who is a busy professional, right? I keep my movies to weekend. I'm not watching them throughout the week. So I have other people like me, right? And so it's easy for me to be able to share, for you to watch and get the key messages and also be able to contribute to relevant conversations. And I think that's what I've been staying on mostly for this year, really.
So I'd like you to leave a goodwill message to the producer, the amazing team who put this together.
Uncle Ma, thank you so much. This has been a long time coming. We've had these conversations at different, spaces, and just seeing it come to life is really, really refreshing to see.
I'm gonna be home one day. I'm gonna be home, darling. Look at what they've done, darling. Look at what they've done. Someday I hope to be home, sweet home. Someday I hope to be home.